The Lord's my shepherd, I'll not want. He makes me lie in pastures green. He leads me by the still, still waters. His goodness restores my soul. And I will trust in you. And I will trust in you alone. For your endless mercy follows me. Your goodness will lead me home. He guides my ways in righteousness, and He anoints my head with oil, and my cup it overflows with joy. I feast on.
I'm here with Joan, and Joan, share with us your early memories of Elm Park.
I came here with my daughter, and she was 2.5, and my husband, because we came to look at the park and we liked the area, so we thought we'd see if we could buy a house. The school was Dunniford, absolutely lovely, and she did very well there. And then she went on to Epbc Cross, which is very good, and she ended up in university, which if we'd stayed where we was, I don't think she would have been. The people were friendly.
And though I walk the darkest path, I will not fear the evil one.
Which is now 6 children. We used to take them for a walk through the top of my turning down onto the aerodrome and walk across the aerodrome. You couldn't go too far because the RAF was still using it, and we used to stand very often at my own back door watching them training the men to parachute from a big silver balloon that they used to have up, and then eventually, of course, the aerodrome was not used anymore, though the houses on the others in Southend Road are still there, and they eventually adapted those for people to buy. In fact, the area is really quite nice. Because of the housing, and now, of course, the aerodrome now has got an awful lot of houses on it, and the rest of it that isn't able to be used for housing is now used as the country park.
For your endless mercy follows me. Your goodness will lead me home.
So I'm here with Terry, and Terry, can you tell us about your memories of being around here in Elm Park?
Well, I was 6 weeks old when we moved to Elm Park, lived in Wood Lane. School was good. Schools locally were good in them days. the rhubarb fields where we used to go and pinch the rhubarb to eat. Had the area how it built up. Trying to think actually. There's so many memories of growing up. My aunt was manageress of a shop in Elm Park, and we used to come up here quite a lot, obviously. And it was just everything you needed was here. You didn't need to go anywhere else. There was clothes shops, children's shops, toy shops. There was everything.
And when my sons were young, they belonged to the Boys Brigade. And also, in my actual road were some of the captains. And when they used to come for parade on a Sunday mornings, they looked beautiful, all in their lovely uniforms.
Great, so I'm here with Vera, and Vera, can you share with us some of your memories of Elm Park?
Yeah, well, we moved to Elm Park in 1957 because we lived in a cottage in Rainham and that was being demolished. So to move to Elm Park into a 3-bedroomed house with a toilet indoors and things like that, although I was only a baby, I sort of, I know my mum thought that was fantastic. It was a nice area. There were lots of people in the same situation as us. We had lots of children around, and most of our dads worked at Ford, so we sort of all had that in common. But it was safe. Children could go out and play, so we played in the street most days. We had a lovely park. We had waterfalls, swings and all that, and we never thought there was any danger. We didn't have to worry about things. Didn't have to sort of worry about stranger danger back then or anything. And we used to all go to Sunday school at the church.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith started the band off in 1965, and I was only a little girl then, but I so wanted to join it. Or the Girls' Brigade I wanted to join, but my mum wouldn't let me because they were Jehovah's Witnesses, so they wouldn't have any of that. But the band was wonderful, and we went everywhere, all over different places in the world, which was really enjoyable.
church is lovely, and I've done a lot of work in the church. If you ask some people, I have been clown. I have dressed up as rabbits, and all that. And then we have a lot of festivals in Elm Park. We have Christmas, we have the lights on, which is lovely. And then we might have one for celebrating like at 80 years or 90 years or whatever. And I've dressed up as penguins walking the street giving out fish and chip chocolates and things like this. I've done it. But that's the way it used to be. It was lovely, and we will get it back. It just takes its time, but it'll be a different kind of community, which would be nice.
Yeah, so it's that sort of atmosphere. It was almost like a villagey feel, but it was a bigger place than that. And I can remember even being 5 and walking to the shops on my own with our dog, who used to sort of look after us. You know, I think Bruce. Yeah, so you always just felt really safe. It was a nice place to be, and everybody looked out for everybody else. So.
Great. As you look forward to the future, what are some of your hopes and dreams for Elm Park? What could happen here?
Well, I think there's obviously a change in demographic in the area anyway, but I just think there's quite a renewed hope at the moment in the church, not just our church, but in the churches as general. There seems to be a lot of movement of people coming back into the churches, and looking. I think people are seeking for something; they're not quite sure what they're seeking for, and I just think with the things that we're doing and experiencing in our little part of the wood, we feel God's presence very much, and I think there's going to be, I hope and pray that there's going to be a big turnaround and people are going to feel the need again for God and look for His direction and His vision. But I just feel that people are coming back together. They're sort of there's so many people out at work all day, and so I think especially with children, they need a place, they need a base to go to, and I think sometimes the churches can provide that.